Hello and welcome to Orsach lessons. For today, we shall be considering the kinetic theory of matter. Matter is anything that has weight and occupies space. Basically, matter is made up of tiny particles which can be in form of atoms, molecules, or ions. This theory of matter explains that the particles of matter are always in motion and so they possess kinetic energy. When the temperature is increased, the average kinetic energy of these particles are also increased. Now the states of matter. As you can see here, matter exists in three physical states: the solid state, the liquid state, and the gaseous state. Let's consider the solid state. The molecules or atoms or ions of a solid are packed very closely together, and also they are held closely by a cohesion force. Now the force of cohesion may be covalent or ionic or metallic, and sometimes it can be held together by the van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces are weak forces of cohesion. Now, due to the fact that the force of cohesion holding the solid molecules are very strong, they restrict their motion, and so the motion of the solid particles are about a fixed position. As you can see here, so they can only vibrate about their fixed position. So solids have definite volume and shape and are very difficult to compress. That will be basically all on solids for now. Let's take a look at the liquid particles. Now the particles here in the liquid are more free compared to that of the solids. The liquid particles has more kinetic energy and are not held together in a fixed position. The particles are still under the influence of some forces of cohesion, and so their movements are to a level restricted. Note that a liquid has a definite volume but does not have a definite shape. It takes only the shape of its container. Also, they are very hard to compress, but not compared to the solids. Now finally, let's consider the gases, the gaseous state. In gases, the particles have more kinetic energy compared to the formerly listed states of matter. The particles move about very freely and very fast, as you can see in this setup here. But note that these gases also have some cohesive forces acting on them, but the thing is that they are very negligible. The movement of these particles can only be restricted by the walls of their containing vessel. In solids, they have both definite shape and volume. That is for solid, they have both definite shape and volume. In liquids have definite volumes but no definite shape. Rather, they take the shape of their containing vessel, as earlier stated. But here in gases, it has no definite shape and also no definite volume. It completely fills the volume of its containing vessel and can easily be compressed, unlike solid and gas and liquids. Now, generally, matter changes from one state to another. These changes are as a result of change in temperature. whenever there's a change in temperature, matter tends to change from its initial state to a new state. Although the forces of creation of a solid are very strong, when they are heated, the kinetic energy increases and it vibrates. Now listen very well and get this message very clear. It gets to a point where these forces of creation are destroyed, or rather say they are overcome, and so the particles of the solids are now free to move. At this point, we call it the melting point of that given solid. Let's take a look at the diagram. This diagram here shows the changes in the states of matter. For melting, over here, melting happens when there's a change from the solid state to the liquid state. Example, ice. Now freezing. Freezing is exactly the reverse of melting. It is as a result of a change from the liquid state to the solid state. Now, let's consider condensation. This is a change from the gaseous state of matter to the liquid state of matter. Very interesting. Now, evaporation. It can be called boiling or evaporation, or better still, it can also be called vaporization. It's a change from the liquid state to the gaseous state, from liquid state to gaseous state, as the arrow points. Now, remember that all of these processes listed so far involve heat. So heat is involved in each and every one of them. Now, crystallization or deposition. This can also be called crystallization. It's a change from the gaseous state to the solid state. Now let's look at sublimation finally. So sublimation is a change from solid state to gaseous state. So I believe with this it should be well understood how the states of matter change from one state to another. And let's look at the processes. In this section, I'll be taking you, okay, let's look at this liquid first. The liquid, that is for gases. The liquids, good. Now when heat reduces, this takes place. For the gases, when there is heat transfer, this takes place. And finally, for the solids, when there is heat reduction, this takes place. So that will be all on this theory of matter. Thank you for watching, and I encourage you to please click on the subscribe button just below this video to subscribe to our page and to get notified when our new videos drop in. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you understood everything taught in this video. So see you next time. Have a great day.